Alrighty, hello everyone and welcome back to the stream. Glad to have you with me as always. Let me adjust my microphone a little bit here. I don't know how well it comes up on the microphone. It's a little squeaky. I do have some WD-40 around here. I should really put that on there. But that's for a different time. So hello everyone, welcome back to the stream. We are going to do some vintage story today. So I'm excited for this. This is one of my favorite streams of the week, honestly. I like doing the vintage story stuff. I'm really into the vintage story stuff right now. So I'm a little more animated about this than the others, but I love them all equally. So I hope that you've had a good time. I hope that you're going to have a good time, and let's get into things. Alright, and let me tune that real quick because that escaped my notice. And there it is. Alright, welcome back to the land of vintage story. So I've done some things off camera. First off, there's a reason I'm moving backward. I've got chests. I've got chests here. And we got a good bit of gubbins. You can see all that native copper. And a little bit more in here of just copper ingots. I made a chisel, which is not too hard to make. I will show you how to use it in a bit. Made some copper tools. You can see a few tools. Still got the tongs. This is something we're going to get to. And I have made... Oh, there seems to be a rift over there. And I have made an outline. Most of the outline. For home. And you can see that we've got most of the outline here. So the outer ring is sort of the boundary of the porch. Sort of like the porch. And it goes 3/4 of the way around, skips this quarter, and then here is the main building. As you can tell by that, it is going to be 2 stories on 3/4 of it. The opposite quarter is going to be like a little balcony up there. And I think what we're going to do with it, we're going to take these sod roofing, which looks pretty cool. I haven't actually put it down yet. And, ooh, nice. A little less green than it appears in my hand, but still... And yeah, that goes apart with an axe. So we're going to take this and we're going to start it from this level up here, but above this. And we're going to slant it upward slowly to the top. But that is in a moment. For now, I had like a palette of different wood kinds here. But I think the best one to go with, at least for the porch, is larch. So I've collected a bunch of larch. And I didn't want to like make too much progress other than just an outline off stream. So we're going to do it on stream. And you can see I've got a bunch of wood, especially the oak and the larch. And you can see the different sorts of wood here. Like you got maple with this sort of greenish tint to it. The pine with very warm. Birch, almost as good as the larch, except it's got a much deeper grain. Meaning that like the lines are more pronounced in it. And the oak slab, which I'm sure we will use oak at some point during the process. I've also got a little tool rack here of more tools, including my saw here, a copper knife, another hammer, and another pickaxe, because my hammer and pickaxe are about half dead. And yeah, we're going to do this. So we can take this, large log, boom, and we will do some schlabbage with it. And we can take these are auto placement. We can just craft them again. They'll do only horizontal. You can craft them again after that and do only vertical, and we can craft them after that and bring it back to auto. But we're going to do only horizontal for right now because it just makes it easier to place. So it doesn't like put it on the face of whatever block that we're placing it on. And it acts more like a Minecraft slab. So we're gonna pop these down. And we're just going to go around the porch. For now, though, I want to focus on just the cardinal directions. Because that will give us a little pathway should we need it to build. We'll just do like a little 3-wide pathway on each of the directions. We're going to leave that there just because it's going to be there at some rate anyway. Yes, how is everyone in chat doing today? I hope you're doing well. I hope you've had a lovely day so far and that you're going to continue to do so. I hope you enjoy the stream. I have many hopes for you, my child. Many hopes. Okay, we got 6 more. So we'll just go ahead and 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. That way that's all connected. So now we can get to the center. A little bit of finagling. And we are going to do something about the corners and just like general stuff. We are going to have to also think about what we're going to do for the floor in here. I don't know whether I want to do it more large wood or I want to do it a different kind of wood. I think the walls I either want to do pine or oak, and I'm leaning toward oak. I did a lot of pine in my last house. Just like the house that I did in my free time on Vintage Story. So I kind of want to shy away from it a little bit. But at the same time, like I'll go with whatever works, you know. If the pine works, I'm going to go with it. So let's grab our large slabs, and we're just going to do very basic stuff right now. One of the really cool things about Vintage Story is that in a similar vein to like if you've got chisels and bits on Minecraft. Oh, that's not supposed to go there. I'm going to have to recraft that because they go back to automatic. Yeah. But kind of like when you've got chisels and bits on Minecraft, it's a thing in the words are hard. A thing in the config that you can change, but I have it set to everything can be chiseled. So you can take little bits out of it just like you would chisels and bits. Except I think it works a little bit differently because you can't like chisel apart a block and manually place it into another block. It's more subtractive than it is additive. So it's a little bit different, but it works primarily in the same way. There are also, of course, mods that make it a little bit easier and a little bit more like the Minecraft way would do it. And ooh, this larch I think is going to go really good on this porch. I think that's a very good choice that has been made there. And as you can see, I've got a lantern in my hand. I don't think I did last stream. So a lantern's really easy to do once you actually have the material for it. You can see that I've gotten quite a bit of that's not supposed to go there either. I've gotten quite a bit of copper, and all you need for it is one metal plate. It doesn't matter which kind of metal. Each metal makes a different, lantern. So mine's a copper lantern because I used a copper plate. And you've also got tin bronze, black bronze, bismuth bronze, molybdechalcos, all sorts of stuff. So you take that, you take either 2 slabs of glass, which you can have glass slabs, or you can take clear quartz. I believe it's clear quartz. And you take 2 of those, and you take the plate, and you take a candle, and you craft them all together, and you can get a lantern. And you can see that not only does it provide quite a bit more range of light than the torch, but it doesn't go out in water. So we can just dive in wherever. Also, hi, Minnie. Welcome to stream. I've also got a little vertical rack here just to keep things a little more contained. You got the hammer mold and the pickaxe mold in here. I don't think we're going to be using molds too often. We still got the storage vessels, and we still got the stuff over there. Got 8 ingot molds because we really need that. As I have been casting copper en masse. And I probably haven't even grabbed enough larch, in all honesty. Because a stack of larch logs, being 16, gives you about a stack and a half of slabs. which I think that's a little better than Minecraft would give you. But you also, the number of saplings, quote unquote, like the number of seeds for the trees, is way less. You get way less saplings. Like, I will cut down probably 10 oak trees and get maybe 2 oak seeds, 2 acorns. And it's kind of crazy. I feel like there should be something to turn that up. And there probably is. And I'm just an idiot that doesn't know how to do it. But, you know. So we're just going to go around here with the larch. And this is about as far as I've planned it, honestly. Larch for this. The general shape of the house. And that I want oak walls. And even then, I'm sort of humming and hawing between oak and pine. And most of the stuff, like you can see, we got bighorns around here. It's very good. I'm going to keep them around here, if I can, until we have a place to, like, pen them up. Because animal husbandry is a very in-depth thing in this game, you know, as if anything else was not in-depth. But still. And looks like we got just enough to reach there. And, oh, I think we got just enough larch there to do the entirety of the porch. So that is wonderful. Look at that. It's a little hard to see right now because of night, so I'm going to go sleep. Make our way over to our bed here. Just laying out in the open. I know, like, proper vintage story players are screaming at me, like, what are you doing? You're just sleeping out in the wilderness as the monsters are running around. It's a really low drop rate? Dang. Yeah, it really is. Like, it's kind of crazy. I think it's higher if you specifically break the leaves before you chop down the tree. But if you just chop down the tree, it's crazy low. It's crazy low. Yeah, look at that. Look at that larch wood contrasting the oak. It goes so well together. I think this was definitely the choice to make. So now we want to think of what to do for the floor inside. Because we definitely want a floor inside just to make things easier to get around. And then we can start thinking about the walls, building up the frame a little more. Because you can see, like, these still empty up here. I've only got the second floor for that little bit. I'm going to put it all along this bit, all along that bit, and part along that bit. And there's a drifter down there. Now these boys, they're weirdly not aggro in this mode, but drifters are the main mob of the game. And when you kill them, they have chances of dropping little bits of loot. They can collect as you would from any other animal. By just taking a knife and harvesting. And this guy didn't have anything. They also don't drop skeletons either, so you can't harvest bones from them even. Yeah, they are going to leave my bighorns alone. Because those sheepy boys are going to be worth their weight in gold. Well, hopefully boy and girl. Hopefully I don't have 2 boys here. Okay, a bighorn ewe, bighorn ram. Okay. What's this one? That's a drifter. We're gonna kill this. And hopefully that's within range to harvest. Yeah, nothing. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so we've got a bighorn ewe and a bighorn ram, which is very good. That means we've got a breeding pair. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our block pallet here, as well as some more larch, just because why not have it? Don't know why I have maple boards on me. So, let's go ahead and compare and contrast, shall we? So we're just going to put down Little 6x. Or a little... No. Wrong. See, that's why... That's why you specifically put them to horizontal only. Because otherwise they can get really cumbersome to place. Okay. Let's do a little 3x2s here of the different slabs. And then we can sort of see what looks better. So here's the birch. You can see what I mean with the more defined lines than the larch. The larch is a bit brighter. Oak. It's got a bit of a pale texture, but it's nice. We got the larch itself. And we got the nice warm pine. Okay, so which one of these should we use for our interior? Now, I guess it kind of matters what we do with the walls, too. Because if we want to do something like oak for the walls, we definitely don't want to do it for the floor as well. Kind of want it to have a little bit of variety. I feel like I might want to do oak for the wall, pine for the floor. And if not that, then maybe the other way around. But I feel like oak for the wall, pine for the floor might work. So let me grab some pine and oak. We're just going to chop apart this oak into boards. Pop those boards into planks. And we are going to chop up some pine. I only got a little bit of pine here. But it's enough for now. Just for like a proof of concept. And let's see how it looks. Just like basic. Like we can chisel all this stuff away and make it a little more interesting at some point. We can even add different things to it. To just like make it a little more interesting. But for now, we can just do it like this. 4, 5, 6. And we'll do a second row here. 4, 5. Okay. And we'll just pop some oak in. No, not the vertical. Because they will flip around on you. Can I actually... No. Okay. The vertical ones are a lot more difficult in terms of the chiseling. So let's say like we wanted to keep a window here, or even just like have the block palette. Finally sit down and actually watch instead of listen. Really like the planks look. Thank you. I mean, I didn't create the planks, but thank you anyway. Good to have you watching the stream though. Yeah, so that would be the oak wall with the pine floor. Look there. I don't know if I'm sold on it or not. So let me chop down some pine here because I'm out of pine. And I didn't think that I'd actually need it. But on the bright side, it's a lot of pine near us. It's not too far away. I had to go a little farther for the larch. But thankfully that wasn't too far either. Because like that's pine right there. Oh, that's pine right there. All the sort of rosier wood like this is pine. Whereas the birch, very distinguishable for anyone who's played Minecraft. The oak is more of a darker wood. The maple is kind of a bluish tinge. And the larch is kind of like maple but brighter. I procrastinated on doing the dishes. That's totally fair. Totally fair. I hate doing the dishes. I mean, okay, so everyone's got those chores that they hate doing. Dishes is kind of one of them for me. I'm not a fan of doing them, but I will if need be. But I'll tell you what I hate the most. Mowing the lawn. I hate yard work. Because one of the last times that I actually had to do it, I was mowing my mother's lawn. So I was living with her at the time, unfortunately. I was mowing her lawn. And it was like one of the old ass lawnmowers with like any push mower, gas mower that you can think of. Big red and black hunk of junk. And wait, what do I? Oh, I've still got the oak planks on me. And what I didn't realize was that over the course of mowing the lawn, I'd inadvertently... That's an airplane. Okay. But yeah, I'd inadvertently run over an underground nest of yellow jackets. Yeah. So I dart inside. I break my headphones in the process that I was wearing, which was a big shame at the time, but, you know, they were $30 headphones, so I'm not too worried about it now. I break my headphones on the pavement as I'm running, run inside, and by the time I get inside, I have about 10 yellow jacket stings, all down the right side of my face, all down my right arm, all down my right side. I stung and, like, was sore for about 2 weeks. And that was after going inside and, like, apparently one thing you can do to, like, get the venom out is take some cotton balls and soak them in vinegar. So I smelled like baklava for a good day or two. And then I was just sore for the next 2 weeks. And I've hated yard work ever since. Not that I particularly liked it before then, but still. We have a small sink, so it always looks like there's more than there actually is. Us too. We used to have a bigger one, but the new house, new house to us. It's an older house than what we were living in, so smaller sink. But I didn't want to move for a while after I made my food. Yeah. We kind of let the dishes pile up for a little bit when we first moved in, because it's like everyone's tired, no one wants to do the dishes. But we finally got it taken care of, and the sink is clear. What's weird is we let the dishes pile up in the sink, and we have a dishwasher. So I guess there's kind of no excusing it for us, but you know, I could have very well done it. I'm not pinning the blame on anyone in that particular situation either. Like, I very well could have done it too, but I was also in the boat of I'm tired, I don't want to do this. But yikes, yes, absolutely. It was a bad time. And I was trying to mow the lawn a little while ago. Not today, but like earlier in the month. I was trying to mow lawn with a lawnmower that we were borrowing from the property manager. And that lawnmower wanted to be there even less than I did, because it promptly quit after doing maybe a third of the lawn. So I thankfully got out of that. And ooh, there's a... Oh no, I've already marked that trader. Yeah, so I thankfully got out of it. We got someone to come by and do it, and he did a very good job. A lovely deaf man by the name of Paul. I'm not big on yard work myself. I make an effort to live in places without yards. The view tends to suck, but I don't have to maintain stuff that I can't really do anyway. That's fair. It's very fair. I'll take the inconvenience of a yard, and I will more often than not want someone to do the yard work in my stead. Ooh, that was a bad jump that I did there. Thank God I didn't pay for it more. Ooh, some more. I'm just going to mark this copper for right now. I don't feel like going down and digging it out. We've got plenty right now. So I'm just going to mark this. And thankfully, this one will actually appear very well in the middle of the desert. Okay, that would have been dangerous had I been standing on it. I don't know what's triggered it, but something fell. But yeah, now we've got us some pine. So let's go back and we'll sort of see what we can do. Whether we like the pine walls and oak floor, or oak walls and pine floor. And collect this resin. This resin can be kind of useful. And it's also pretty rare out there. Like, if you just walk in and amongst the woods for a while, you'll find some. But it's not too common. That's a bear. That was another thing I had to contend with not too long ago. There was a bear around our little campsite there. And that was a problem. Because being in the vicinity of a bear, like, the bear is not actively hostile. Thankfully, because we're on exploration mode. It's not actively hostile right away. But if you linger around the bear for long enough, it will attack you. Not even do anything to it. If you are around it for long enough, it will attack you. The bears in this game are like unstable drunks. They will attack you if you're not careful. And stay the hell away. That's fair. I considered doing that if it was more affordable or if there was someone around that'd be willing to help with that kind of thing. Thankfully, the people that we usually get to help with that sort of stuff aren't too bad in terms of price. They'll be like, hey, yeah, like $40 for once every 2 weeks. Was the last guy that we got to do it, and we actually paid him $60 because just like the economy and everything, we wanted to help him out. I've considered getting an indoor planter too, but that's probably the most I'll do. Tori loves all the plant stuff. Like, we just got... So her boss invited us over because she wanted some help with some gardening stuff last weekend. And that's... I was going to change things around for it, but I didn't end up having to. But we got invited over for some gardening stuff, and I probably want to put some of this away before I start messing with it. And as part of, like, the payment, I guess you could say, for it, she gave Tori a bunch of seeds and a bunch of, like, little like, planters with seeds. And just so she can, like, plant it all in the yard and such, and just have a lovely little garden. And now she's been working on that, and she's got a variety of things growing, including like sunflowers, bell peppers. We got some onions just straight up planted in the backyard and growing. It's pretty cool. Unstable drunks, absolutely, Vin. Also, hi, welcome to stream. Okay, we're also running a little low on the food in here. What do we got in here? Oh, we got plenty in here. What's going to go out the soonest? We're also going to have to... One thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to build a cellar. So, as you probably noticed, in Vintage Story, food spoilage is a thing. So to combat that, you build a cellar. Just an enclosed 7x7x7 max room. It doesn't have to necessarily be underground. That you put all your food in, and it will spoil slower. And it's a pretty cool little mechanic that they got going. So let's get some pine plank and some oak slabs. Can I just do this? Close enough. I can just deconstruct them. That's good. So I can just go back and forth between slabs and planks, apparently. Because can I just cut apart... Yes, I can. Cool. So none of these resources are going to be wasted. Because I can just put them back and forth between planks and slabs. You can uncraft things in Vintage Story. That should be a selling point. My mom used to grow all kinds of stuff. We never had to buy lettuce and tomatoes and stuff growing up. It's new to me. It really is new to me, this kind of thing. Because growing up, like, all that sort of stuff of, like, growing your own food and any of that stuff, it was so far removed from what I had. Like, we didn't really cook in the way of, like, you gather up ingredients and, like, throw it in a pot and you start making something with your own two hands. We didn't do any of that sort of stuff. We did the prepackaged stuff because we're lazy animals. So all that sort of stuff was just, like, beyond me. Yeah, we grew up growing some of our own food. It must be nice. It must be nice. Hopefully, I will understand how nice it is. Couldn't keep doing it after she got hurt, though. Now she doesn't have a garden at all. Oh, that's sad. Yeah, I understand the, like, physical strain that comes into gardening, though. Because I was doing a lot of the heavy lifting Gardens are so much work they are. I'm kind of liking the pine wall oak floor. Ooh, that was a flash of lightning over there. I'm kind of liking the pine wall oak floor. What do you guys think? As opposed to the pine floor oak wall. I'm thinking the pine wall oak floor. Just because, like, I don't know. Something about the wall draws the eye a little better than the floor. But yeah, like, Tori's boss is... She's a bit of an older lady, and she's got some, like, problems with her knees that she's actually... she just got surgery on one of them not too long ago, and has to go in for surgery for another before too long. So it's like, yeah, of course she can't be, you know, bending down and picking up these heavy things and carrying them over here and doing all that. So it's like, you know, she hired us to do it. So it's like, okay, cool. Vote Pine Wall. That's what I'm thinking. There's like something about it. Like, it feels like this is trying to draw your eyes toward the floor, but this is drawing your eyes toward the walls. I think I'm going to go with the Pine Wall. And like I said, we can even just repurpose the supplies that we've got here, which is mind-blowing to me as a longtime Minecraft player. That's like, wait, so I don't have to be absolutely certain of what I'm making, whether it's slabs or planks or what have you. I can just deconstruct them. I don't have to commit. Oh, this is great. And I know I do have it sort of standing off here, and there's kind of an empty space. We might do something with the empty space. I'm not entirely sure what as of yet. But it's there in case we come up with a great idea for it, I suppose. So let us deconstruct that and deconstruct that. Convert these to planks. Convert these to slabs. And then we'll start going around the place. One thing that's going to be a bit tricky is this, because as you can see, if you place it on like the bottom here or the top, vertical, but if you place it on the side, horizontal. So we want to keep them all horizontal, just because horizontal is easier to... It's easier to manage in terms of like chiseling. Because if I can get this particular chisel mod to work, then it will make things so much easier. And let's go ahead and take out the different little swatches that we've got here, aside from the oak, because the oak is what we decided. And we can actually just deconstruct them. So we don't have to have just like slabs floating around. We can just have usable planks. Which, wow. I'm still blown away by this. I choose not to be underwhelmed by this fact. This is a good thing to find out. If nothing else, this is a reason to try Vintage Story. You can call this a Minecraft clone if you want. I feel like it's much more, and it does something very different from Minecraft. While being in a similar vein, it sort of keeps that whole familiar vibe to it. My mom deals with chronic pain. I get that. My dad deals with a lot of chronic pain too. She got in a car accident back in 2015 because someone thought they could run a red light. Jesus Christ. She was fine for the most part, but the accident shocked her body. She hasn't been the same since. I totally get that. My dad... Oh, how long ago was it? It was a while ago. He had a couple of instances where something happened. The first was like before I was born, but only shortly before I was born. He got into a car accident. And they had to like put 2 rods in his hand, and he still can't like bend the pinky and ring finger on his right hand all the way. Like he can't bend them all the way upward. Like he can't lay them flat because of the rods that were in his hand. They just, something about the tendons never properly healed or something like that. And then after an incident at his work, I want to say this was, God, this is probably 4 or 5 years ago at this point. I don't know what it was, but I feel like this is what it was. He sustained some nerve damage in his hand when a trailer dropped. Like he was picking up a trailer, not like, you know, it's probably nothing as big as you're thinking when I say trailer, but he was picking up a trailer with someone else, and he dropped it, and it hit his hand. And like he sustained some nerve damage, and he can no longer basically write, because his right hand was his dominant hand. So basically from that point on, I signed his name on every legal document. Just because, like, I mean, I'd be there. It's not like I'd forge his signature or anything. Like, I would not that I would sign it. He would sign it, but he would only sign it. So I'd fill out the rest of it. Just like write the rest of it in my own script. And like he would sign it just because he actually had to. But like anything beyond that, it was just too much pain in his hand. So like that kind of stuff, yeah, you got to watch out. Okay, and planks will apparently only stack up to 32. So that's interesting. Yeah, it's something about like weight sizes in this game that decides how large things can stack up to. Of like how heavy the thing is. So I guess it I mean, it makes sense that planks would have a lower weight than like logs, which only stack to 16. But not quite as light as something like sticks, which can stack up to 64. Now we're starting to see the beginnings of a house taking place here. And it is beautiful. It is glorious. Glorious house. It's going to be nice to have a place to live in this series for once. I'll tell you that. Yeah. My best goes out to your mom for that. Like, that kind of thing is hard to bounce back from, to say the least. And that really is saying the least. It is hard to bounce back from. Oh, nope. Missed the jump. That's fine. Hup. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna... Ooh. See that lightning taking off in the distance. Get some more oak schlab here. Boom. Boom. I keep forgetting the E doesn't just straight up close the inventory. It just closes your inventory. And you can actually like keep the inventory of whatever container you're looking at open. Okay, so we got that. Sneaking speed could use a buff in here. I'll say that much. Okay. Let's see how much of this one we can get finished. I also like the sounds of this game. It just sounds very, like, weighty and meaty and just, like, satisfying sounds. Like, you're placing planks and you just hear the... So, proop, 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 proop. It's a very good, just very satisfying game. Like, everything about it is just very satisfying. Oh, damn. I think it just takes a straight up stack of logs worth of planks per quadrant, which is really good, actually. That's going to work out about even. And we're going to want to bring some... Actually, we can use these pine planks here to just make ourselves a way up. That way we can take care of that business. And actually, we shouldn't have brought this up this far. Because, yeah, we need to have logs on those corners. Up, there we go. Good. We've collected the gups. Let's get ourselves some more oak here. And for the sake of it, we'll just do that. Boom. Boom. And boom. Horizontal, horizontal, and horizontal. I don't know why I did 3 stacks. I only need 2. Actually, we do need more because the top level. So I'm going to keep those on me. Ah, my brain is so big that I can't even fathom its girthiness. Except for the fact that I brought no logs. That's not very big brain of me. I got too invested in fucking stroking my ego there. Came back to bite me in the ass. Just take like 3 stacks. That probably won't be enough, but you know. We got things to do. Hop, pop. We'll take this up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tower pimps. Makes me sad thinking about Rooster Teeth and all it used to be. Oh boy, that's a wall. Let's see. Yeah, it's been super rough on her. I honestly wish I got along better with her. That's fair. She's been getting less emotionally stable over the last few years, and she's far less subtle about her racist and homophobic beliefs and stuff. So is my mother, but I'm not trying to get along with her. So, you know. And that really sucks for me. I can't even tell her about changing my name, so she doesn't actually know my own name at this point. That's fair. I don't think I actually asked what your name, like what you plan on changing your name to. I'm not gonna expect you to tell me on stream or anything. But just like at some point, I'd just like to hear. Sorry for the dump. No, you're all good. You're all good. We's all chill here, which means that we can just rant and rave about whatever we need to. Part of the chill vibe includes just being comfortable. And being comfortable sometimes means that we gotta talk about the things that are really just like making us upset. Because we can't talk about them in other places. It's cool I'm going with Minnie. Oh, so you're going to change your name to Minnie. Well, that's something. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's just like a ha sort of funny. Like a, oh, okay. A cosmic sort of funny. But no, that's good. It looks like I did undershoot a little bit. So that's good that I've got that extra plankage. Still trying to figure out what I want my full name to be, so I haven't started working on changing it yet. That's fair. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but DJ actually kind of is my name. Because I made it when I was 11. DJ Fu is a name that I made when I was 11 years old. Way back in like the Wild West days of the internet. And it's basically initials. I'm not gonna, like, people know my name, but I'm still not gonna say it just because if they want to find out, then I want them to work for it. No other reason. I just want to fuck with you people. But people who know. No, I've given you my legal name for it. You have. That was forever ago, back in the early UE days. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Yeah, no, my name kind of actually is DJ. It's just that, like, in real life, no one really calls me that anymore. Like, some people used to, like, some of my friends used to. But by and large, like, the only friends that I have that call me DJ right now are the ones I have online. And, like, people like Tori doesn't call me DJ. Which, it's not, like, a thing to be upset about or anything. I don't mind one way or the other. And it's not like I prefer to be called DJ or anything. Like, it's strange going by multiple names to different people. Because if someone switches it up for whatever reason, it just sounds wrong. It just sounds wrong. Let me turn on my fan real quick here. It's starting to get a little warm in here. But yeah, it's kind of like, Minnie, if I were to start referring to you by your legal name, because I know it. Like, that would just be weird, and it would feel wrong to you. Because it's just like, something in your brain kicks off and it's like, no, that's not right. No. We gotta backtrack here. And just that part of your brain would continually, like, fire off, like, no, we must correct this injustice. Until I actually, like, backtrack and be like, oh, no, sorry. And, like, stop doing it. It was like my dad tried to call me DJ once, and it was like, no, what are you doing? Stop. See, that would straight up be den naming, and that's super gross. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not what I'm trying to get at. I didn't know it ran that deep with you, and I'm sorry. Like, I know that's a very taboo thing. But I just didn't know that, like, that was the extent of that. You see what I'm trying to say. So, getting used to people calling me Min? Yeah. See, here's the thing. I called you Min for a while because I was under the impression that you were, like, trying to distance yourself from the whole Minnie deal. Because of reasons that I don't feel like it's my place to get into. But now it seems like those reasons aren't too big a deal. So calling you Minnie is just fine. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. Is the idea of, like, different people who call you by a certain name and instead calling you by a different name that you also go by. And just, like, something feels wrong about it. I don't know. Maybe dead naming is in a very similar vein of that feeling. I don't know. Maybe it is. But I wouldn't call what I'm trying to explain dead naming. You get where I'm coming from? Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't call what I'm trying to explain dead naming, because it's not so severe as that. Like, people will take that to a very serious degree, and it's not like I'm gonna lash out at someone for, like, calling me one or the other. Like, I'd be chill with it either way. But it's just, it would feel weird. And it's just like, ew, no, stop. Because while I'm sure that you wouldn't really lash out, nicknames are short form kind of thing. Kind of? I mean, yeah, DJ is more sort of a nickname, but like, I'm more explaining like that the idea of someone who normally calls me by my actual name calls me DJ, like, it would just feel weird in a different kind of way. And it's like, it's a strange feeling that I'm having trouble articulating. You're not getting away, you bitch. There, now let's see if any of them has some good stuff on them. Flax fiber, cool. Nothing. And nothing. Okay. We got a flax fiber, cool. It's just a strange thing. It's just a strange thing. And I'm not good at explaining what it is or why it's so strange. Sleep out underneath the rain. Beautiful place. Also need to grab some food from the food pot. What do you have? Oh, mystical food pot. 9.6 days. 9.3 days. The meat wins. Time for meat. So filling. And fuck off, drifters. This is my home. My territory. Alright, let's grab some more slab. Pop that. Pop that. Pop, pop. Okay. It's starting to come along. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Go away. Don't want you. Nothing. Couldn't even drop anything good, the bastard. I don't even know where I'm going to put stairs to this other level either. Yeah, like, I wouldn't get immediately pissed off if someone were to dead name me. It happens often and it sucks, but a lot of people still don't know yet. So I can't reasonably get up people's butts about it, especially at first. Yeah, like, I know, for instance, that a lot of people will get very up in arms from the get-go about it. Just like a lot of people will get very up in arms about pronouns. But, like, by and large, I know it's fine. Automod needs to calm its shit down. And, like, I'll correct you, but I'll try not to be a bitch about it. Or try not to bitch about it, I'd assume, is what you mean there. But yeah, and that I'm totally chill with. Like I said, part of being at a chill place is people being comfortable. And if you're not comfortable, then what's the fucking point? You can't, you can't really be chill if you're not comfortable. You can just, like, sort of awkwardly stand there and just try to, I don't know, try to pretend like you're having a good time or something. I mean, both, honestly. Both in regards to what? I kind of lost my train of thought there. That one's on me. Sometimes that ADD do strike hard. And with a vengeance. Okay, so there's the walls of that. And we can pop these boys up. And once we get some more, yeah, we'll be able to do those too. Pop, pop. Bitching being a bitch about the name thing. Fair. Fair. Oh, and now we got a nice dry place to stand. Ooh. Fancy. Look at us having a roof over our heads. Let's grab some more of this. Grab some more slab. Boom. 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 No wrong thing to go into. I mean, I'll take those oak logs. But... Put those there for now. Well, actually, we'll take these with us. Okay. But yeah, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm very much still new to the whole... how do I say this properly? I'm still new to the... I'm not going to say the whole acronym because it is ridiculously long at this point. And if someone has a problem with it, I'm cutting it short for time. I'm still very new to the whole LGBT thing. In terms of, like, understanding it and, like, just being... not a dick about it, but, like... Just being a little more understanding and accepting. I haven't been a great person all my life, but I'm trying to do better in a lot of certain aspects. So I slip up from time to time. And know that if I slip up on certain things, it's not born of malice. It's not born of hatred. It's not born of trying to cause people pain. It's just born of me being a fucking idiot. And forgive me for being a fucking idiot. He knows not what he speaks. See, like, one of my friends is still getting used to calling me Minnie, but she's known me by my legal name for over a decade. So she's slipped up several times. Admittedly, not the best feeling, but she's obviously trying, and she's apologized multiple times for it. Yeah, and that's a fine thing. She's trying. And that's what counts. The try counts. Like, I'm still trying a lot with Kore. Kore is my sibling. Kore is non-binary. Growing up, Kore was not non-binary because non-binary was not a thing. Or rather, it was not a thing in the public eye, really. So most people didn't realize that it was not a thing you could be. Thus, I am still trying to use the non-gendered pronouns And I'm still fucking up with a lot of that. Because the fact that I've known them for their entire lives. And that's kind of a hard habit to break. I've still got plenty on me. But I do need some more pine. So let's shop some of that. Bop. And bop. I'll bring that over here. I mean, we're all still learning. I still mess up from time to time. Yeah, I'm just putting it out there into the world. Because I don't want someone to come along and be like, you're an asshole. And you're doing this shit maliciously. And you, like, hate these people or something. And it's like, no, I don't. I honestly don't. I'm just an idiot. And I need some leeway sometimes. Because I'm an idiot. And I'm not always doing things correctly. Or in the proper way. So it's just a sort of bear with me moment. Of like, I know I'm gonna fuck up. I don't need you to tell me that I fucked up. Well, I do need you to tell me that I fucked up from time to time. But, like, I don't need people coming at me for fucking up. I don't need people that want to tear me limb from limb for fucking up. Because, like, it's an honest mistake. And I feel like, especially in this day and age, you kind of have to put that out into the world. Because people will default to your being malicious. And non-binary has technically always been a thing. That's true. I think it started with, like... It even goes back to, like, the Native Americans. That's why I was trying to say, like, it's more... that it hasn't been in the public eye for very long. It's not really a thing that people realized was an option, is what I'm trying to say. Just that wasn't widely known about for a ton of not so great reasons. I mean, so is everything. So it makes sense that there are loads of people still getting used to the idea since they weren't exposed to it until relatively recently. Yeah. Yeah, I'd never even known that that was a thing someone could be until probably a couple years ago, when I had a non-binary friend. I am no longer friends with that particular person, but, you know, it is what it is. And then Corey came out about that, and she's like, okay, I'm going to do my best. My headphones are starting to, like, crush my ears. It's not very pleasant. Same goes for asexuality, among other things. Yeah, that's true. I would have had a much easier time with things if I knew it was a thing earlier. So here's the thing. Like, Tori said this about me before, that she thinks I'm on the ace spectrum. I still am not entirely sure. I don't even know if it's a thing that I'd necessarily want labeled for me. Just because the label stuff makes everything kind of messy. Makes everything kind of messy. And, like, once you label something as a certain thing, it kind of generalizes it, in my opinion. And that's something that not a lot of people know about asexuality, is that it's a spectrum. So, like, some people are real, like, touch averse in terms of, like, that sort of stuff. And they want nothing to do with it. And then some people are just, like, not as into it as others, and I'm more toward that end of the spectrum. That it's, like, not as important to me as other aspects of the relationship. Instead, I spent a good few years trying to force myself in relationships I clearly couldn't fit into and wondering what the hell was wrong with me the entire time. Which is nowhere to live. It's no way to live. No one should have to do that to themselves. And it's good that a lot of people can sort of escape that idea that like this is the way they've got to live. Because they don't. You don't. Live to be happy. Live to bring yourself and others happiness. Because life's too short, the world's too mean, and we gotta help each other sometimes. Okay, now we got a nice, dry first floor, which is lovely, and we'll chisel out some windows at some point. But for now, we'll just pop a couple holes. We'll just have like holes like that for windows. And I still don't know where we're gonna do a staircase here. I think the best choice would probably be around here, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. And I feel like the best place for a front door would probably be here. We're probably gonna do that. It is pissing rain. Now, do they have different wood type doors? Yes, they do. Should we do large doors? I feel like it wouldn't hurt to do large doors. Let's do large doors. Do large double doors. And we will cut ourselves up some more pine planks. The sexuality spectrum is wild, honestly. It really is. I will never wrap my head around most of it. And I still feel like even some of the categories I fall into, I still feel like in a lot of ways it's like, okay, why do we need a name for this? But that's a personal thing. Ooh, the fact that they both open together. Lovely. But now I struggle to see it the way I used to. Which is for the best, honestly. Fair enough. I think I will always struggle with the whole... Like, for some of things, it's like, why do we need a name for this? Like, this didn't need a name. Like, there are definitely times for some of this stuff that I do feel like, okay, now people are just making labels, like, kind of to feel special. And like I said, some of this stuff, it applies to me too. So it's not like I'm attacking people. I know this is a spicy take. But, yeah, some of it, I don't know. By and large, like, you do and be whatever you want. I'm never going to tell someone what they should and shouldn't be, so long as it has nothing to do with me. Like, your life has nothing to do with me. So as far as labels go, I find it helpful to put names stuff. I get that. I get that. Some people would very much do that. If it has a name, it has a definition, can therefore be helpful for those who struggle to understand it. That's fair. I guess that's fair. It just feels kind of needless for some things, I guess. Maybe that's just a me thing. Nah, I don't know. Okay, let's... Let's see. Let's take the last of this oak here. I didn't expect to go through the oak this fast. Let's start making... Like, this can be the... supports for the roof. Oh, yeah. I don't outwardly use labels I identify with. They're just there for me to understand myself. And that's fair. Like, that's a very fair way of doing it. Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do for this section. Let me look at the sod roofing too. Okay, so yeah. Some of that, I don't know. I do feel that some are slightly redundant, to be honest, but they all tend to have at least one key difference between them, hence the insane amount of them. Yeah, fair. Fair, fair. We're gonna need to make a lot more sod roofing. So that's why I've got a whole bunch of medium fertility dirt in here. And I've got enough grass. So let's just pop. Actually, that needs to be down here. Pop. Do them. And do them. Okay, that's not as much as I'd like, but let's cut up some of this larch. Cut up some of this larch to make more. Okay. This should do for now. So we got around about 2 stacks. And let's put the rest of that large plank in there. Or large boards. Let's pop some more of this down. And I feel like we're not really going to have windows up here. We'll probably just take it straight up. Past the roofing. Because it seems like it just has one way to go. 45-degree angle. So we're just going to take that 45-degree angle. We're going to just pop down support there. We'll see if we can take this all the way. I feel like we're going to overshoot it just a bit. That's okay, though. Like, I'll openly say that I'm ace, but that's not the complete story, and that's okay, because not everyone needs to know everything about me. That's true. Just throwing around a ton of labels can just get confusing, and you end up having to word vomit definitions until it makes sense. That's just mentally exhausting. You raise a very fair point. I concede to that point. Let's see how this... Ooh, I feel like this is going to be a very interesting house. You know, I was going to tear those supports out, but I think they're kind of nice. So I'm going to leave them. I'm going to put them on this side, too. I think it's kind of nice. And I think we can still have windows here. Just because, like, that's nice. I like that. I like how that looks. And let's see, from the outside... It's kind of weird in the rain. But it does kind of blends it in with the rest of the surroundings, which is, it's nice. It's nice. I like it. I don't know how much I like it, but I like it. Let's just, I don't know, use these to mark a couple things. And we need more oak. So I've planted a couple of oak trees around here, so we're going to see about breaking the leaves before breaking the oak wood itself. And see if we can get some more saplings and seeds from it. Actually, I'm going to check. I'm going to check a thing real quick. Let me see if I can find a better way to ensure oak seeds. Vintage story. Okay. Okay. So, doesn't look like I'm getting anything, but I am getting a thing that you can grow 2x2 oak trees, which is good. So, I'm going to break these in the hopes that I will get some oak seeds, maybe. Maybe I like break with my hands or something. I'm not getting anything, am I? You know what? Let's just chop it normally. I don't have the patience. I don't have the patience. And actually, let's sleep on this because it is dark. Maybe the rain will go away. Come again another day. Take a drink of water while I'm at it. We're multitasking now. Okay. And we wake up and everything's still dark. Cool. And we're going to chop some more oak. So we're going to make the supports for the overhang. And see about making us a roof. Chop this one. And this will probably be it. And then we'll go ahead and... Yeah. We have found 0 oak seeds. From all of that. So now you know that the seed rate is, as I said, and it's redonkulously low. Redonkulous. Make this support here. Okay. All right. We are going to need a whole lot more oak. That's for sure. And we need more before we can even start with that. Well, not to start with it. We can just pop it on the outside here. Okay, there we go. And then we can pop on top of that and put another layer. And then we'll need more oak. No. Damn. Let's try that one again. Nope. My parkour skills are left wanting. There. We got a whole new batch of sod roofing ready to go. And actually, I'm wondering. So I could do like a tip on there. Let's see if I can do like this. That works. Okay. So we're going to take this top layer of them down. And we are going to see about making some more sod roofing. We're going to make like the tip, the corner thing. This thing. Takes 4 dry grass, 4 pine. Okay. Or 4 boards of any kind, really. We need more dry grass. Okay. Thankfully, there's so fucking much grass. We can just keep going until our knife breaks, and then we have a copper one to replace it. Yeah, just the copper one. I thought I had another flint one. I might have at one point and just broken it. Or, like, tossed it or something. I don't know. I guess we'll do this for a little bit longer, and then we'll go ahead and go to intermission, because it's starting to get to that time. As much as I'd love to just keep playing Vintage Story throughout, I do need some food as well. Your boy do need the calories, the caloric intake. I wonder if there's a mod or like a sound pack or something for this game that makes some of the sounds a little less subtle. I really like them, but I'm not used to not hearing movement and stuff as easily as I can in Minecraft. It's a good question. Let's look at the sound. See, I've got a bunch of it down to 25. So maybe if you turn like the ambient sound level up, that it might help with it. I don't know. You can also, because these are like indie developers, something more like the Presence Footsteps or Ambient Sounds mods. If there isn't a mod for it, what I would suggest, because it might just, you know, be a good thing if it works out in general, give the devs a shout and be like, hey, I am visually impaired and would like to know if there's any plans of having like a mod or like some sort of setting or something that will give more audible footsteps and the like, and like make sounds more noticeable and more prevalent in the game as opposed to what they are now. Because I'm sure with the fact that they used to be like Minecraft mod developers, they may very well just listen to you. And they may very well be like, "Oh, that's a good idea. Like, oh, we can do things with this. We make this accessible to people." Minecraft does this shit with mods. I mean, that's kind of the whole thing of Vintage Story, is like Minecraft can do this with mods. We are the more perfect version of that in a way. Of like everything that you could do in Minecraft with mods, you can do here without. Okay, that's probably way more than I need. So I'll make some more of these. Okay. So now we've got some sod roof tip, which should be a little flatter. It'll be a little flatter than the slopes. Maybe give us a bit of a better time just like paving it out. somewhat. I'd say that's passable. And then starting here, we can just go right back to the slope. And this will just be like corners and such. So that'll be different. This will be a corner too. So this all will be slope. And corner, and more slope. Corner, more slope. And more corner. Feels like racing along. That actually kind of feels like racing along a CSGO jump map. It's kind of cool. I mean, not that I was ever any good at CSGO jump maps. Or like TF2 jump maps and things like that. Like the surf maps. That's what I'm thinking of. Surf maps. Not that I was ever any good at them. But if it gives like a similar feeling to them. And this makes Lizard Brain go yes. I'm going to keep that tree because it's aesthetic. And there's no guarantee it'll give me a seed. And yes, the chopping down of trees does take a while. I might consider doing that once I've actually tried the game for myself. I focused a lot of Minecraft access, which has come a long way. There's still a lot of work to do to perfect it. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, if you ever get around to trying the game, I would definitely recommend giving the devs a shout, because they might just do they might just implement something like first party into the game where it's like you don't have to mess with a mod or installing anything. You can just tweak the settings and get there, because it's something that I feel like could be easily done. Could be pretty easily done. It's just not something that really enters people's consciousness. When you're like, oh yeah, this is a thing you could do. And you're like, oh shit, right. You're absolutely correct. We could do that. Let's do that. Alright, and somehow I have gone through almost every one of my oak trees that I've planted and not gotten a single seed. Hooray. So we're going to have to go oak hunting again. I went oak hunting for so long. I thought I had all of it. I did not. It was not nearly enough. Not nearly. Pop. Pop. Let's do that. Ooh, actually, I can use the sawed roof tips on that little patch. Sort of make this soddy as well. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. And it gives like an unobstructed view to the balcony here. We are going to need more, though, for this side. Place these down, and then I'll read the message here. Though I think most people's issue with Minecraft access is most totally blind players are expecting there to be little to no learning curve, but the mod just... the mod just makes it possible to play. Doesn't take away the learning curve that already exists, and most are expecting the arcade-style audio games they used to play. I see. They get like a little bit of an unrealistic expectation for it. Like, why doesn't it make this easy? It's like, well, because the game is not necessarily easy. It just gives the ability. It doesn't provide all the answers for you. I get where people would be upset with that, maybe. But also, a lot of people like that, they kind of want to be handheld. They kind of want to be hand-fed everything. And it's like, that just ain't how it works, bro. That just ain't how it works. Not how any of this works. Sometimes you gotta fuck around and find out. It's the point of this channel. Fucking around, finding out. Yeah, so they attack it because they don't understand it and don't want to understand. God, if I had a nickel for every time that happened to anything. Attack it because you don't understand and you don't want to understand. I'd be a rich man. There'd be no point in my tip jar in the panels below. Because I wouldn't need any of it. Remember the Dark Side of the Blind community I kept mentioning? Yes, I do remember. And I know exactly where you're going with it. Well, oh well, if it isn't a DJ. Hey, Crafting. Welcome to the stream. Glad to see you, bud. Alright, let's see how that looks. Ooh. Got some big thunderclap. We're gonna need some more of that sod roofing thing. We're gonna need some more. I got accepted in university. Oh, congrats, man. I'm glad for you. That's awesome. I hope that everything goes really well and that it ends up being a better time than some may think it is. Tori, you can tell them what to expect. She is the actual college graduate. I'm a scientist in name only. Now we be gaming? Hell yeah. It be time for the gaming. Well, I'm glad you popped in because we are making ourselves a little house here in Vintage Story. I mean, I didn't get accepted into what I wanted, but they got me for a Bachelor of Arts, Interactive Arts and Science. Ooh, that does sound interesting. You said you were going into game design, right? So that at least sounds adjacent. And with something like that, I think adjacent works just as well. Yeah. Yeah, something like that I think adjacent works just as well, if not a little better, because it's a little more applicable. Like that, I think last time I mentioned something along those lines with like doing something in just like computer science. It is still super rad. Yeah, adjacent works just as well and that sort of thing, because what they care about is A, that you have a degree, and B, that you have the skills. Like, they don't necessarily care what degree it is, so long as you know what you're doing. Listen to the possibilities. 3D modeler and or animator, digital tools specialist, entrepreneur, game designer, graphic artist, interactive fiction writer, multimedia, web designer, new media scholar, software developer, project manager, producer, user experience designer. That's a lot of stuff. These are all what I can get coming out of university. Yeah, that's why I was sort of saying, like, go for something a little more general. And that's definitely a little more general, because you can see how applicable it is to many different areas. So, like, if, for instance, you can't get in with a game developer after graduation or something, then you can go and do one of these other things that you also have the skills for. And you can still, like, make a good career out of what you've done. They changed it to general and gave me a 3,600 scholarship. That's good. That's good, man. I'm really happy for you. I'm really happy, and I hope that this turns out to be a wonderful thing for you. Specialize in communications and politics, so I don't know how helpful my experience is in this case. I was more talking about, like, college life in general. of like, you know, temper your expectations. I know your college was a little different to other colleges, to say the least. But at least like give them some knowledge of what to expect in the college life. College didn't work out for me, sadly. Yeah, me neither. I took general arts and science to try and make up for what the blind school either didn't offer or wouldn't let me take. Just be like Plankton. I went to college. Yes.
I went to college.
That's not a Plankton impression. I don't know what the hell that was. I don't have the range for a Plankton impression. But yeah, I also... The college thing didn't really work out for me either. Out of high school, I was accepted to DeVry for game design. But they wanted to charge me like $67,000 a year. And it's like... No. I don't have that. Not even close. Sound more like Kermit? Eh, a little bit. Like I said, it wasn't a Plankton impression. Don't get your hopes up. Where did I get the 9 oak logs? Did I just have this on me? I guess I'll go place them. Where's a good place to place them? I guess I'll pop them over here. Yeah, I'm happy for you, man. Sounds like it's going your way. That is a really good thing to have in this day and time. Now let us create... Let us create something beautiful together. Okay, and we got those. Pop this back in here. Yes, you must fulfill requests. Yeah, her school was a little strange in the fact that, like, I don't even know how to put it. Like, her school was more like a fucking town than it was like a school. And she'll back me up on this. It actually has its own zip code and everything. So it's a little bit different, most certainly. I literally failed a class once because the professor refused my accommodations. So nothing was accessible to me and I couldn't do any of the assignments. That's a real big oof, and I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, it because of that whole $67,000 a year thing, it wasn't accessible to me either, so don't feel too bad. Goes to show, I guess. Sometimes the accessibility isn't all about whether or not you can do it. It's also whether or not you can afford it. School, did you report them to admin? That's what I said, yeah. It is super fucked. That's for sure. Super fucked. This is actually kind of looking like a rooftop garden. I almost want to swap it out for like a rooftop garden. But I'm not really going to, because then it'd be like all packed in dirt above me. But from below, this actually looks kind of nice. This texture, kind of nice. It's a very like slight texture. But even like this is cool. And I think we're building ourselves a nice little house here. I'm gonna have to get more pine plank going. Oh, is the rain finally fucking letting up? Good. Jeez. So much rain. Really? Automod? You can't figure out the word rug? I'm hard pressed to not just turn Automod off. So I just learned the flat fee for tuition, probably the cheapest they got there. Cheap is good. When it comes to tuition, cheap is good. We like cheap. Cheap is very good. Yeah, if I would have done the DeVry thing, by the time I was actually finished with everything, I would have owed hundreds of thousands of dollars for a very specialized degree for game design. Yes, I could have gone straight into game design, but also it would have very much been very much would have been like, you can do this and only this. Hey, Airsoft Wabbit, welcome to stream. Glad to see so many people coming out today. This is a good time. And we're building us a lovely house. We got good friends. Good vibes. I'm about it. I'm really about it. I'm glad for it. What did we need for more roofing? See, we don't have that much in terms of the grass. So we're going to collect some grass. We're going to go out and we're going to touch grass, guys. Yo, I did say we would do the intermission as well. I'm going to push that back a little bit. I'm going to push that back. Because I feel like we're doing really good on it thus far, and I don't want to stop the momentum. $6,089, 40 tuition flat rate. It's decent rate. Is that like per semester, per year? I mean, if that, whether it's per semester or per year, that's not too bad. Good vibes are always, well, good, yeah. Good vibes are good. People die when they're killed. Per year, pretty sure? That's fucking great, honestly. I was looking at, like, a local college. Yeah. Hers was over 50K a year, but hers was also, like, the size of a town. Again, it literally had its own zip code. But yeah, I was looking at, like, a community college that was in town, and after everything was said and done, like, it was $9,000 a year flat, but after everything was said and done with, like, financial aid and everything, it would have been, like, $1,000 a year. $50K for why? It was a big, well-renowned college. And she got a lot more than just the degree there. They also had a whole bunch of things of, like, work on campus, and it goes toward paying off your tuition. Private school, yep. Yeah, and she did get a good bit in terms of financial aid and scholarship, because my BB very smart. Well, I have scholarship too, so it's more like 5,100. That's great, man. That's awesome. Campus job wasn't as useful as it used to be. Yeah, well, it was still something. I mean, something like that, it's kind of a get what you can take sort of thing. And 900 a year, it's still good. Like, there's nothing to sneeze at. I wish I got 900 a year right now. I'd be cashing that bitch in. That's like a tax refund right there. Anything chipping away at tuition? Yes, absolutely. That's a big old behemoth. Can't take that bitch down by yourself. Need the help of the friends. Just like in the Japanese mangoes. I think my biggest tax return was 800, pretty decent. When I was like fully in work, I think the biggest I got was like 1200. Because Georgia's crazy in terms of their taxes. And it was probably gone in a couple of months. So if you do taxes, you do. And let's see what this boy got. You got nothing. That's fine. Let's see what this boy got. Poke. 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 And nothing. Man, these guys suck. What mod pack is this? It's not a mod pack, actually. It's a different game. It's called Vintage Story. It's made by a group of people that used to do mods for Minecraft. And it's kind of in a vein of Minecraft, but it's like a whole different thing. And includes a very steep progression system that even getting as far as making copper like takes a while. And it's very satisfying to do. And do I have another axe somewhere? I don't. So you know what? I will snack more water. I'm okay, baby. Thank you. You know what? Just for you crafting, I'm going to show you what goes into making an axe. So luckily I've already got some copper ingots made. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to forge an axe. This is like a fraction of the process. So we got this forge here, and we got an anvil, which was 9 ingots worth. We put it in the forge. We grab some charcoal. We probably don't even need 5 bits. So I'll put like 2 in there, and we'll light it. It reminds me a lot of Terra Firma Craft. Me too. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw it, was Terra Firma Craft. You find nuggets, melt them into a mold, and then do a lot of things. Yes, you do. But luckily, I've got a lot of ingots already, so you can actually reheat them in this forge. You take the tongs. I'm going to put my lantern down here so it can keep giving us light. And the tongs will actually let you hold it when it's piping hot. So we're going to pop some of this up here and bring the hammer down into my hotbar. Their seasons? Yes, but I have them turned off right now just because I'm not good at surviving. And storing stuff up for the winter would be hell. Yeah, it is a very in-depth game. It has some very in-depth mechanics. It's basically like Minecraft if Terra Firma Craft and Chisels and Bits and a bunch of other things came standard with it. Yeah, so it's just Terra Firma Craft into its own game. Kind of, but more. Because, like I said, even like Chisels and Bits is in here too. Okay, so we take copper, place it on here, and we can choose the axe head. And then we gotta go ahead and mold the axe. So you can see like the green outlines and the black outlines. The black outlines shouldn't be there. The green outlines need to be filled. So we choose a particular way to hammer things. And we go ahead and fill in the green mold. Then we can split off the last bits that we don't need. And we get a hot axe head. We can just... That's not the water. This is the water. That's not the water either. This is the water. There we go. That's the water. It's hard to see when you don't have a lantern, because it do get fucking crazy dark in this game. And we can switch back. Grab the axe head out of the water. Now that's cool. Pop it on a stick for a handle. And we got a new axe. And for now, I'll just put this in the tool rack there. Yeah, it is a really interesting and really fun game. And I am kind of obsessed with it right now. So I would definitely, like, if anyone's on the fence about getting it, I would definitely recommend it. Just because I have a lot of fun with it. Game cost, I think it's about 20 pounds? Or 20 euros, I think it is. Whatever that is, and insert denomination here. It's crafting. I can't remember. You're American, aren't you? I for some reason I can't remember if you're American or Canadian. Like, pretty much everyone I've met online either falls in one of those two categories, or they're like, very few are from European countries. Canadian. That's what I thought. Okay. I don't know what it is in Canadian dollars. I still hear that bitch. Land of the free healthcare. Land of free healthcare and paid weed. What? What was I making? Right, I was gathering grass to do more sod roofing. So let's grab some more dirt. Let's just cut these oak slabs down here. We'll actually use them for some of this roofing. Not paid weed, but you can grow your own. Well, I mean, I'm sure there are probably some places that will sell you weed. Okay, so now we got some more sod roofing. I do have to find out how to make the corners, though. I'm gonna find out how to make corners. Let's see here. Just H on that. That's another thing. It comes with a compendium, a survival handbook that explains everything in the game. Oh, you mean you can buy wheat? Yes, you can. Let's see, inner corner. That's annoying. Paid weed. I thought you meant like government paid for it. Government might pay for it. Maybe not on the people's dime. It's only free if you're not stuck in legislative poverty. Totally not bitter. Oh, God. Get they asses, Minnie. Get they asses. These motherfuckers. I haven't even built this house yet, and you're already infesting it. These bitches are in my walls. Oh, sorry. 21 USD? Sounds about right. That sounds about what I paid for it. But I don't know what it is in Canadian bucks. What is it in Maple Leafs? What is 21 USD in Maple Leafs? I think it's different. We got it in Freedom Bucks. Now we need a Maple Leaves. Nothing there either. You fuckers, you invade my home. The least you could do is drop something good. 30 bucks Canadian. I didn't think it was that severe. Damn. Is the US dollar really like 50% more valuable than Canadian? I didn't think that was the case. It's kind of shocking. Sounds about right. Jesus. Canada, y'all okay? Are y'all okay? You need some help? Listen, I know a great burger place. Y'all come down, we'll sit, we'll chat, we'll talk about it. What? $1 Canadian equals 73 cents USD. We're really not. Come on down. Have a burger that is actually priced like a decent thing. We'll sit down. We'll talk about it. Y'all need a friend. I need to complete that. That's fine. Wait, I forgot, man. You're Canadian? Yes, she is. I'm gonna just pop some of these down here. Epic. Yeah. 1 USD is 1.36 Canadian. That's fucked. That is actually fucked. Ow. Okay, at least I suppose I can get the rest of the roof here. We start doing that. Lower end 1 Canadian is 71 cents USD. Jesus. Ah. You guys complain about $60 games. I wish they were that low. Listen, we have every right to complain about $60 games. That doesn't mean they should be higher. We can both complain. Let's all complain together. That's what chillin's about. Everyone complains together. Kids, if you're out there and you're like, that doesn't sound right. I will absolutely complain about a $60 game. But they should not be that high. We're in this together. We will all complain together, and that's what chillin' is about. $80 Nintendo titles are a pain. That's so fucked. But if you kids are out there like, that's not right. Chilling together isn't about complaining. For adults, yes it is. $60 is a lot, but like, no, you're right. You're right in saying that. I'm just saying that both of them can be a pain. Goes up to about $100 for a fucking game. Listen, I ain't gonna say anything. I'm just saying I got a dusty old hat in the corner with skull and crossbones on it. It seems like it could get some use these days. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's redonkulous. Knock that out there. Ow. $70 USD for a new Series X and PS5. What? Is that a reference to something, or? It's just ridiculous. Things cost too much. Things cost too much, everybody. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. $70 for their games. Yeah, that's ridiculous. They're just going up and up and up. Gonna bounce around later? Okay. See you, Crafton. Glad you could come on. Only reason I have any consoles because they were gifts. I've been very lucky. I have a PS4 because I'm a Sony fanboy. And that's about the reason for that. And my Switch was a birthday gift to myself a few years back that I still don't have too many games for because, like, there are never... My PC was a gift? Yeah, I get that. Like, mine, I built that myself. My PC is my baby. Everyone's got to have a baby. But yeah, like, the only reason I don't have many Switch games is just because there's never any deals on Switch games. Like, Switch games are always full price. I could find a game that is like 10 years old at this point on Switch. Or some crazy thing like that. I don't know exact numbers. And it'll be like, yeah, this is still $60. It's like, why? Pretty much everything I own was gifted to me. Here's the thing. I don't own many things at this point. I don't own many things. Most of the stuff that's in my house, it either belongs to Tori or her mom. Like, most of the stuff I don't own. We're gonna have to go get more. We're gonna have to get more oak. There's no real way around it at this point. Maybe we'll go up here. See what we can find. But yeah, it is craziness. Yeah, I don't own too many things anymore, but what I do own is mainly my electronic stuff. But yeah, the price of everything is ridiculous, and price of games even more so. Especially when, okay, you've got like a $60 at this point Switch game. I'll probably play that for, I don't know, 15 hours total, 20 hours total. And then you got something like a $20 indie game, like, say, Vintage Story or Hollow Knight. And I'll get, like, 60, 70 hours of enjoyment out of it. For a third of the cost. And it's like, why buy AAA at all? Why? The indie devs put the love into their games that we are sorely missing. Buy indie, guys. Buy indie. If you're gonna do games, buy indie. Oh, we're a little lag spike there. It's all fine. A little hidden thing in there, and we're gonna leave that be for now. We're gonna continue on our quest for oak. I really should. Oh, I gotta go back, because A, I need some more food, and B, I need my new axe as well. I need to take a new axe with me, because otherwise I'm gonna run out of space. Or no, I'm not gonna run out of space, but I'm gonna like use it all up, and it'll be gone, and it'll be like, damn, there are still like 7 other oak trees that I'd still want to chop down. Like, even if I bought just necessities on my own, I'd either be in severe debt or starving. I wish I was joking. It's craziness. World's crazy, guys. World's crazy, and we gotta struggle. We gotta struggle out here. We out here in the streets struggling. We live in that VTuber life. I wish it didn't sound as sincere as it does. No, I know how hard it is. Like, right now, my bacon is being saved by just fortuitous timing. And after that, things will get shaky. For me. So that's going to be interesting, to say the least. And that's why I'm sort of hoping that I can pour enough into what I'm doing now to help then. Not even like, oh, I want to live off this, which I would love to do that. But just like, can it help? Can it help when that comes around, when that time comes where it's like you need to fucking fish or cut bait sort of thing. And it's like I hope at that time there's enough biting to where I can fish. Because I enjoy doing this. I do. I very much enjoy doing this. But if the day comes where I don't have the funds and the only way to get them is to take this time and put it towards something else, I'm going to have to do that. Just for my own sake, if not for anyone else's. And that's why I'm trying to like put so much into the streaming. Like I'm trying to do enough. I'm trying to do like the whole 5 days a week streaming and get my name out there, and I'm trying to like self-promote on many other servers. Cuz like if anyone comes here from a blast on a Discord server, know that I've put it in like 5 other Discord servers besides. Just because I'm trying to fish. I'm trying to fish while I've still got sunlight out to fish by. And I know it's very difficult to like make it in this market. Anything else like about your particulars notwithstanding, just in content creation in general, it's difficult to make it. I know that. I get that. That was horrifying for a second. But yeah, I know it. I get it. And this isn't my first foray into it. So I definitely know it and get it. But I'm hoping that I can just sort of brute force my way into it. Makes sense. I tend to post in several servers. It's super hard to stand out. It really is. It really is. And the thing is that I'm trying to not only like get people to come around. Even if I'm not really doing a good job of standing out, I'm trying to not compromise on what I want to do. Like, I'm not going to be one of those YouTubers or content creators who are super animated and, like, freak the fuck out about every little thing and will blow the reactions over the top. I'm not going to do that. I don't like that. It feels disingenuous. It's just kind of cringy. It just isn't me. It's not me. I like the chill stream. I like feeling like it's a welcoming, warm place for people to be. I like the feeling of we're a bunch of friends just hanging out, talking with one another, playing a game. I like that. That is what I want. All the other shit can just go away. Like, if the only other option to be successful is to be that, then I'm not going to be successful. And it's an unfortunate thing, but also it's like, it's where I draw my line in the sand. Because I'm trying to make something a little different, a little softer, a little more welcoming. I don't tend to over-animate myself. Still manage to have viewers' parents call me a drama queen somehow, though. There's always going to be someone that's not satisfied with what or who you are, though. There's always going to be someone that's got some sort of weird-ass complaint that just doesn't fit. I'm sure at some point I'll get someone that's being like, oh, why are you swearing so fucking much? It's like, man, because I'm being real. I'm being me. I'm not putting on a face. I'm not, like, hiding myself. Despite the fact that I am behind an avatar, I'm not hiding. Did that fox just attack me? What? Okay. But no, it's like I'm not hiding me. Even if I'm hiding my face, I'm not hiding me. I am still here. Oh, he attacked the rabbit, and I guess he went through me to do it. Okay. That's another thing we'll have to do soon, is we'll have to start preparing to make leather. So I've got some rawhide now. Not just there, but I've got like a bit more at home too. So we can start making leather. I wasn't mad about it though. I was more mad about them using my stream to insult their own kid for being interested in something they don't understand. That's fucked. Listen. If you're out there, and like someone, whether it's my stream or not, whatever it is, if someone's making fun of you or insulting you because you enjoy a harmless hobby, fuck them. Fuck them. They don't deserve the time of day. I don't care if it's a classmate. I don't care if it's a coworker. I don't care if it's your parents. I'm not saying actively defy them and be a little shit and like ruin every opportunity that they have. But I'm saying, like, don't listen to them. Don't let their preferences dictate your hobbies. People are different. And people are going to see everything in a different way. Oh, good. I got 1 oak seed. Awesome. Yeah, don't let people like that decide how your life goes. Because that is solely up to you. They cannot change a damn thing about you if you do not let them. Obviously, take care of yourself. And, you know, there's always going to be a weird situation that may or may not fly in the face of that. But, by and large, you do you. You do you, fuck the haters. Enjoy what you want to enjoy. If it harms no one, then there's no harm in liking it. As much as I joke about certain types of people like furries, you do you. You be what you want to be. You like what you want to like. Doesn't matter who might be hating on it. Doesn't matter if it's someone like me. Doesn't matter if it's someone like your parents. Doesn't matter if it's someone like your friends. Sorry. Doesn't matter any of that. They don't get a say in how you live your life. Unless you let them. Don't change who you are because someone else doesn't find the point of it. Apologies about the large, loud rain sounds. The really annoying thing for me is that I talk to that particular viewer regularly, and I've gotten to know them pretty well over time. Parents are just looking for reasons to get under their skin because they can't convince them to be the person they want them to be. And frankly, good for that person. Good for that person that they're not letting them control them. It goes way beyond the stream itself, and that just pisses me off. Yeah, I totally get that. But good for them for not listening. Good for them for not letting their parents dictate who they are as a person. Oh, this is hail that I'm in, apparently. I think this is hail. I figure I should be taking damage or something. But yes, don't let anyone dictate who you are. If who you are is a decent enough person and it's a harmless fucking thing that you're into, they shouldn't care. And if they do care, then their opinion on it doesn't matter. And I'm sure that what I'm saying in some way or another is incorrect. But it's also follow the spirit of what I'm saying, not the word. Follow the spirit of what I'm saying. And the spirit of what I'm saying is follow your dreams. Like what you're gonna like. Don't let someone dissuade you just because they don't like it. That sort of thing. You follow that, you'll be just fine. All that way for like 3.5 stacks of oak. Craziness. Absolute craziness. Yeah, I think we're just blowing through the intermission today, guys. As I've said before in other intermissions, if you're hungry or if you gotta use the restroom or something, you just go ahead. I'm not gonna know. It's usually for me to do those things. But I will get something to eat after I'm done on the stream here. And that will just be what it is. Because I got a good thing going on this stream. And I want to keep it rolling. Especially since I'm very close to the affiliate. Like, I am 0.02 regular viewers, like average viewers, away from reaching it. And I'm sitting here like a kid on Christmas. Like, oh boy. I hope Santa visits. I hope Santa visits. Been a good little lad all year. Okay, is there anything else I need to enforce with the cross beams? I need to enforce over here. That's what I need to do. That's why I'm not hiding my channel and stuff anymore. It does increase the chance of my family finding out my name and that I'm not straight, but I'm tired of hiding. And I have the same right to exist as the person I am, same as them. Exactly. And it's a good attitude to take for it. There's too many times in this world that people gotta hide. Okay, I'm thinking of how to do a thing here. Time will tell if this is a terrible, stupid idea or not. We're gonna do like this. And do like this. Apparently, I didn't need to bring the new axe, because mine was fine for that little expedition. It's gonna break soon, though. Okay. So I also want to add like a little turn section here as well. Time will tell whether that's a good idea or a fucking terrible one. Where did I put... There did I put... We don't have many of those left. Just pop that in there. Probably have to do some more grinding off stream or something. Oh. Hello, baby. Oh, okay. Yeah, baby. I did.
He's giving these little snorts and going over to his food bowl.
That's just because he's a little shit. He is. Sorry about that. I've got a Tori in here with me now. I'm sorry I keep dumping that all over your stream and get heated pretty easily, apparently. It's all good. Like I said, it's part of balanced breakfast. It's the first fucking thing came to my mind. No, it's part of just everything being more relaxed.
We love you, Minnie.
How was Tori? Oh, that was another lightning strike.
I have problems staying still, so I'm bouncing all around the house.
It's okay, baby.
Oh.
That's weird. I thought I had the audio sync thing off, but apparently I don't. That's okay though. What did I need this for? I needed this for this. That's what I need it for. Actually, it's supposed to be like that. Okay. We're going to fix this side here. Nope. Don't know where that one went, but it's fine. And pop one there. And pop one here. And go up another level. Appreciate that. I know not everyone is down for diving into heavy stuff like that, so I try not to go too deep into it. It's all good. Like, I understand the need for it. And that's sort of why it's part of why I say, like, to really emphasis on try, yeah. But that's part of why I really say that to really relax and really chill, you need... my face was broken there. But to really relax and really chill, you need to be able to be open about things. You need to be able to rant about the things that are upsetting you. Things like that. And if you can't really do that, then are you really relaxing? Like, if you can't be open about these things. I don't think you could say. Okay, I don't think I have much use for the sod roof tips right now. I'm gonna toss those back. We're gonna take some of these and cut them up a little. You can't truly relax if you can't decompress. That's exactly what I'm saying. Exactly. Wait, no, I don't need to make those. I need to do this. So we got inner corner here. Let's make them as much of that. And then we'll see, does this do outer corner? Outer corner. Is it more like this? Okay, how do we do it then? Well, that's dumb. My brother asked me once how I can so easily confront these heavy topics. And I'm like, wait, you have a choice? Like, once it's on my mind, I can't not think about it. I totally get that. I totally get that. My mind is kind of the same way where I'll get hung up on an issue like that. And it'll just be like on my mind. And it's like, well, now I'm just sort of stuck here. Like, it doesn't really get to be my idea at this point. Like, this is just where I am, whether I like it or not. Toss this in the food bowl here. And toss this in there as well. Yeah, I will also get very hung up on that sort of stuff. Where it's like, well, this is what my mind is thinking about now. Wish it wasn't, but fuck. Try not to ruminate on stuff too much, but like, I don't understand how it's possible to ignore stuff like that. I don't either. I really don't. Did that actually apply correctly? But I've also just kind of got a mind of like really dwelling on things too. So that may just be a thing with me. But I don't really get how people can just scoot things like that under the rug. And just like not think about it. It's like, how? It's like a weird little gap there. I don't like that. But I think I have to deal with it. Okay. No, wrong, incorrect. We're doing complex diagonals at this point. No, wrong, incorrect. Let me do my diagonals. Why? Always. It's got such a weird texture for the interior and exterior curve. Got it. Okay. I'm sorry I'm not talking too much with this. It's just I'm like focusing on trying to do this correctly. I think I'm kind of fucking it up, but it's fine. We're mainly just trying to like hash out a thing. Speaking of hashing out a thing, I should really look at the little project over here as of like how to do this. Should also be looking at that. There's a lot of things to consider with this little setup I got going. Like glass. How do glass? I can't remember how to do glass actually. Glass. Okay, so you have to bake quartz. How do you bake quartz? Smelting quartz requires temperatures too high for regular fuels. Use a bloomery. It requires fire clay bricks. Okay. So we're going to need to get some fire clay. So I guess for now, let's go ahead and get some fire clay. Because this is gonna be a whole ordeal doing the roof in and of itself. For now, well, let's sleep here first of all. Because the sleep is going to help. Just give us a path to travel. As for fire clay... Yeah, that's fire clay right there. Okay, so we got some right close by. It's like up this way. So we'll see about getting some fire clay. Now, the fire clay is different from the blue clay because it's used in things like fire clay brick, which gives us things like bloomeries. I had a mod that gave me like a pit kiln that I could smelt things in. That was so helpful. So fucking helpful. I miss that mod. Because other than that mod, like, you are just digging holes to fire clay things in until the end of time. There's no progression in clay. In, like, pottery and ceramics. But at least the pit kiln's like, okay, well, you can do this thing now, and it costs you much less in resources. But because you can smelt more than, like, 1 block's worth of things, in terms of, like, how much fuel you use for a pit kiln. Let's see. I'm always wondering if my brother actually thinks about what he did besides acknowledge it. I've had to hear him apologize, cry over it because he apparently can't deal with it. Like, he'll say he'll do better, but he just turns around and does more stupid crap. How many times is he gonna apologize before he actually deals with it? There's a lot of anger there. I'm sorry. It's okay. My mother did some crazy shit to my family. And it's not something I particularly like talking about too much. But I'm just bringing it up because there was a point in time where she did a lot of crying about it. And, like, she would cry to us about it. And it's like, okay, but you've done nothing to fix it. And here's where I stand on it. It is the difference. I've said this a million times, and I'll keep saying it until the day I die. There is a difference between a mistake and a choice. And the difference, the most cardinal among them, is that you make up for a mistake. You endeavor to right when you made a wrong. And when someone does not truly try to right the wrong, when they do not regret the wrong that they've wrought, then it is not a mistake. It is a choice. And you cannot apologize for a choice. At that point, it is just empty words. And empty words carry no meaning. And it's unfortunately a very important thing to learn in life, is to be able to tell the difference between a mistake and a choice. And only the least fortunate among us can really tell that difference. because we'll know someone who tries to obfuscate it. The rest will never know the difference because they'll never need to tell the difference. It's something you only learn by needing it. So if you know how to tell the difference between a mistake and a choice, I am sorry. Life is hard. But that is the difference. Is regret. Regret and a desire to make things right. To make things better in whatever small way you can. Does that mean that you will be able to make things right? No. Does that mean that you will be able to make things better? No. It does not. It does not mean that by any stretch of the imagination. What it does mean is that you truly regret your decision. That you truly regret the mistake you've made. And when someone regrets their mistake, then at the very least, they become available for forgiveness. Let's put it that way. I won't say they become worthy of it, because it is only up to the victims of their actions who is or is not worthy of them. That's an info dump. Let's see here. I also position the screen so I can like better read it in the corner. I made sure he was fully aware of the fact that I was only speaking to him again because we ended up having to live together for a while. But I had to be the bigger person and stay quiet. I had to be the strong one and try to work toward making my experience more positive. I had to lie to myself every day just so I could resist punching him every time he cried. My family says I should feel bad for him, like, oh, poor him, he made a mistake. And yeah, he did. He did damage that can never be fixed. And that's the thing, too, is you know how to spot the difference between a mistake and a choice. Your family does not. Unfortunately, they do not. And it is a very unfortunate thing. Because they are, instead of understanding the fact that they do not understand, they simply speak as if they do. It's an unfortunate knowledge to know. It's even more unfortunate when you should know it, and you do not. And somehow even more unfortunate when basically you're caught in the middle of someone who fucked up and is spouting empty words, and people who feel bad for him and don't know the difference. Yes, it's a very important and very poignant difference. And everyone should, at the very least, know that there is a difference. So I'm making this clay oven here, I should probably mention. Because this will help us with making bread. Clay oven will help us make bread. And bread is one of the better food sources, honestly, in that it takes a long time to spoil. It's very portable, very easy to bring around with you. And yeah, it is a very good way of getting rid of all that grain. And it's actually pretty good on saturation too. So bread is pretty good to have. So we're going to unlock that bread with fire clay. And yeah, we could have made bread before. But cooked bread is way better than charred bread, which is what you'd get if you cooked it in a campfire. But also, there's one more thing that we'll need, which is a quern. Quern. Or quern. I don't know how it's actually said. So I'm going to go ahead and say quern. Which is basically a millstone. It's a little hand-operated millstone. And there we go. We got a clay oven. And the thing about the clay oven, it doesn't need to be fired. So we can just plop this down somewhere. So we'll just put this here for now. They think that I should be over it because it happened a couple years ago. That's not how it works. I wish I could say I'm sorry, but I can't let go of the fact that someone I used to look up to treated me like crap for over a decade. You shouldn't have to. He was my hero, but 10 years of gaslighting and pretending I don't exist tends to not sit well with people. Yeah, I hear that people don't like that. So I'm told. And then trying to physically hurt me by the end. Like, no, I tried, but no. Hell no. And yeah, I'm agreeing with everything you're saying there. There's kind of no argument against it. Did I walk into emotions? You did. But, you know, that's just sort of what it is. It's all good. So we're going to make some raw fire clay bricks. So thankfully that's easy as hell to make. And we're going to pop some of these into... gonna pop these into a couple kilns. Because I think you can only put so many into a kiln at one point. So we're going to do that. And we're going to have us some bricks to make some bloomeries. So at the very least, we can get some glass melted up. Actually, I'm not going to place it there. Place it closer to here. So it doesn't accidentally burn up the chests. Tried to out me to my parents to distract them from what he did. He even denied that he did it. Oh, of course, because it wouldn't be... He wouldn't be garnering sympathy if he didn't deny it. I think I can only do 12 in each one. Yes, welcome to the stream, Corey. Let's see, where else am I going to put these? I'm going to put them here. And let's do another one here. And his bloodline. Basically. Sorry, Manny, we're gonna have to kill him. That's just the will. It's the will now. So let's see here. We got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And the rest of these can just go somewhere else for now. Let's just toss them in here. No. Let's toss them in here. Boom, boom. And we'll make one more kiln right here. And we need to collect more grass. Tuned in to lurk, but I just got off stream and now paying attention. Oh, nice. Who'd you stream with today? Mentioned he did most of this in front of his 2-year-old son because he did that. Jesus Christ. I feel bad for that kid because he's probably going to grow up a little weird. Blame me for scaring him. Yeah, of course. That's a classic thing among those kinds of people, too, is, like, they will deny that it's their fault because it can never be their fault. What a great role model, absolutely. You don't even need the emotion tag for that one. We feel it. Cyberspace can't hold that sarcasm in. Both his parents are awful people, honestly. Yeah, I believe it. Birds of a feather flock together. But anyway, how was your stream, Corey? I streamed with my friend Vixie. Did a little house flipper. Ooh, I like that game. It's a very relaxing game. I don't own it. And I played a demo. Yeah, a demo. No, really. I had it on Game Pass for a little while, and I no longer have Game Pass because, of course, I don't. But it was fun. It was a fun game. Sounds like you had fun. Well, that's it. The eyes have it. House Flipper is hereby declared a fun game. Have it in a couple DLCs. Ooh, nice. You know, it's one game that I really want to play that it's so hard not to spend my money on right now. Hi-Fi Rush. It gives me such No Straight Roads vibes. Oh, I love it. I am trying so hard not to watch people play it either because I want to get it. And if I do get it, then, oh my god, I'm going to play the shit out of it. But I can't play it right now. Like, I can't get it right now because it's just, I don't have the money. Okay, I know I saw some peat around somewhere. I can use that peat to heat the things. I have the garden DLC. I lost my save somehow, though. So I had to completely restart a few times. Oof. I might even still have my save, but I don't think it would be compatible if I were to get the game because I wouldn't get it on Game Pass. Because I don't like Game Pass. Still considering testing the water sometime as a PNG tuber when Noct is done with the art he was working on. Oh, nice. Yeah, Minnie could tell you all about the PNG tubing scene. Thank you for distracting me. Yeah, Minnie could tell you all about the PNG tubing scene. I could tell you a little bit about the VTubing things, at least the things I've figured out so far. It's not much. Get up. There we go. But yeah, Minnie knows more about the PNG tubing thing. I don't understand it so much myself. Garden DLC is a blessing and a curse. Mowing the lawns. Oh, God. They make you mow lawns? Ugh. Horrible. You've instantly put me off that DLC. It's really easy to use app for it. Yeah, there's an app for everything. Something iPhone commercial. Okay, I swear. There was peat around here somewhere. I don't know where it is now, though. Oh, there's peat up there. Wait. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna go that way. We're gonna get us some peat. Because it is much better than actually using the wood that we've got to burn the clay kilns. Much better. Yeah, I hate the garden DLC. Yeah, you can do cool stuff, but doing is kind of weird for me. Fair enough. PNG Tuber is a lot more possible for me right now, mostly because I think my laptop would implode if I use a 3D model. I don't know. I think it depends on the 3D model, because I just use a Vroid avatar and VC face, and it's not very heavyweight, I don't think. I also haven't really tested it, because, I mean, my PC is pretty much a beast. And I don't really know how it would run on just about anyone's setup. The peat's up there. I'm there. Okay. feeling ants crawling on my arm. Ugh. So we've got ants in the house. We're trying to take care of them with ant traps and such, but it's going to be a long process. In the meantime, I'm like paranoid. I'm sitting here like clutching the sides of my chair and just like feeling ants, and I hate it. I just kind of have to deal with it for right now, though. Lovely, we've come across the peat. I am getting kind of hungry, though, but I'm just gonna wait the extra half an hour. Because we only got half hour of stream left. What do y'all think? Should we keep going without intermissions? Or at least by and large on the regular? Should we just like have just no intermission, like at least no planned intermission? And like I only do it if I really need to do something? Or should we keep doing the planned intermission? This one Noct uses too? Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know Noct was a VTuber. It's a VitoTube Mini. Interesting. I'm just sort of witnessing what's going on in chat now. Okay, lupines, just go away. We need some peat. I think it's up to you in the end. I at least don't mind the intermission. Yeah, but I like to gauge people's interest in things. Like with the Soulsborne things. I'm still not sure which direction people would like to see for that. But I think unless there's a good bit of sway in a different direction, that I'm just going to go with replacing... So what it was is we were originally going to do Dark Souls 1, then 2, then 3, then Elden Ring. But I think instead we're going to go the opposite direction. And we're going to go Elden Ring, then 3, then 2, then 1. So we're going to drop 1 for now. And go to Elden Ring where I actually know what I'm doing. Because I've actually already gotten all the achievements in that game. I haven't gotten all the endings. So there's still plenty to be done. Just same. I just don't know what to really do. I'm still very much in the fuck around and find out phase, which I'm probably going to be for quite a long time. But it's very much just like I'm trying to figure out what is best to do for the streaming stuff. I'm still trying to find out like the best tags to put on the stream. Still trying to find out like the best way to really organize stream stuff, all that sort of thing. Working on art for him, me, and Vin. They're gonna rig 3D models for them and Vin because he's also wanting to start streaming. Ooh, that's interesting. I'll have to check him out when he starts. But yeah, I'm still very much trying to figure out how I want to go about everything and how like things will work out the best. So I'm kind of lost for a way to do things other than just sort of just put it out to the people that are watching and being like, hey, what do you want to see? What do people want to see? Because I don't know what people want to see. Vin's a little rage prone. That's fair. I mean, so am I. If you haven't seen the Soulsborne, if you haven't seen the Souls Day series up until now, yeah, me too. I'd love to get new art for my character one day. I think it'd be cool to have a few to choose from. Yeah, just get like a bunch of different outfits or something. Yeah, I'm very much still in that phase. I'm even still tweaking with my avatar. Like when I started, I had the red eyes, and now I've got the sort of green eyes, like a better tuned face. And I'm gonna be messing with it for a long time. And I'm probably gonna be messing with it all for a long time. But that's just sort of what it is. But it's still, I'm still trying to be like, hey, what do people want to see? What do people want out of the stream? What are people expecting? Sort of thing. Because like, well, y'all are the ones watching. Like I'm placing my hopes and expectations on the fact that people want to watch the stream. And so to have people want to watch a stream, it makes sense that I'd want to do what they want to see. And like that's about as far as I've really gotten with it. It's just I'm trying to do what people want to watch without like compromising, you know, any of my intentions or anything. Because I'm not just going to start following bandwagons or anything. But there is very much a thing of, you know, I want to do what people will watch. Because if no one is going to watch it, then what's the point in me doing it? I don't know, I'm kind of rambling to myself, I guess. Like, especially with the whole affiliate thing right around the corner, this stuff is really, like, sticking in my head a bit. I think maybe not having a scheduled intermission then, and just taking breaks as needed might be a good idea. Okay. I think I'll probably do that then. Because that would also help, like, when I get to affiliate, if I turn the ads on, which I don't know if there's a way I can turn them off, but if there is, I'll look into it. But like with the ad stuff, I know that they, like Minnie said before, I know that they want to have you roll like a certain amount every hour. So being able to take those frequent ads as just like little breaks, like be like, okay, we're gonna take like a 5-minute break or something, and we're gonna roll some ads. So like those who aren't subscribers or what have you don't miss out on anything. Try to take into account what people want to watch, but I can't always do depending on what that actually is. Some suggested games I can't play, yeah. Or more recently can't buy right now, yeah. Hence why I started Skyblock. Yeah, that's fair. Like, there's probably going to be a good bit of that with me too. But it's less about like, what games do you want me to play? In some cases it is. But it's more about like, what can be changed about the stream to better to better appeal to people, I guess. And nothing there either. Large doors are a little weird. Kind of like got a barn door aesthetic to them. But it's not bad. I just 30-second ads. I don't like the idea of making someone sit through 3 solid minutes, even if I am taking a break. Twitch doesn't pay me as much, but oh well. That's fair. But also, I don't see the harm in being like, hey, we're going to take a 5-minute break. We're going to run some ads, and we'll be right back. Because it sort of does the same sort of thing as the 30-minute intermission. Like, say if I take 10 minutes, go make myself a thing of noodles, and come back or something. Only really gets annoying when it's like 5 back-to-back ads. Well, see, the thing about the ad break is that it is literally just like you specify an amount of time, and you specify an interval between these times to do ads. And then the ads will run at that time. Only real reason you'd want more ad is mainly for the earnings. Planning breaks around doesn't really work for me. That's fair. Where is this one? Around here somewhere. I don't know. Or when it's a quiet streamer and loud as fuck ads. Yeah. I try to keep my volume pretty leveled. I know it peaks sometimes on OBS. But, like, I also don't want to be too quiet either, because I have a tendency to be quiet. And these are just going to go for a while. So, we are going to hit the hay here. Ow. We're going to hit the hay here. And I'm going to remind myself what goes into a kern. Meanwhile, I'm going to take a drink of water. Noctis Sectorius, thank you for the follow. I assume you are the one I have heard about. Did also link Noct so he may pop in while he preps for stream. Gee, I wonder. Well, Noct, thank you for the follow. I have no real way of knowing when ads are going to come up. Like, I always have my dashboard open, but it doesn't send alerts, and it's hard for me to check on the fly. That's fair. In that essence, it will be a little bit easier for me. But, yeah. Oh no, you've heard about me? Have you been talking shit about me in here? I will neither confirm nor deny the presence of shit talking. I plead the fifth. I know my rights. And this stuff's still gonna keep on going. That's a good looking house so far. That's gonna be a good looking house when we're done with it. I'm pleased with how this house is going. We are gonna need some more. We're gonna need some more oak though. The shit talking I did was describing you as a raccoon in a cowboy hat and a bolo tie. That's true. She did do that. Or they do that. Bleh. Words are hard. Right, I was gonna check the kern. Okay, so out of all of these, we're probably gonna make the andesite kern because we got andesite the closest, right over here. You can't see it behind the chat, but right over here, some andesite. So for a kern, we need 2 sticks and 4 rocks. And I will show you how we get rocks. So, usually you break one, and there's no silk touch in this game. You break one, you get little stones, and you break the little stone, or you build the little stones up into cobblestone. So what you can do to avoid this is simple. You break every block around a block, every block that connects to it, and you get the block itself. For instance, say I'm going for this one. Break the block behind it, to the side of it, and underneath it. And boom, we got an andesite rock. Where'd the cowboy hat and bolo tie come from? I mean, I have those, but I don't think I've shown them to you. I think they just knew. They just knew. It's just like, this is a person that has a cowboy hat and a bolo tie. This is the kind of shit I'd expect to be pulled. Okay, got that one. And we'll get this one as well. They're psychic. Absolutely psychic. Psychic or psycho, I can never really figure out the difference. Because you described yourself as like that when I mentioned having a tea party. I also have a thick southern dialect, so it might have just been a stereotype. Great, so the thickest of southern drawls. I don't remember that. Well, apparently they do. My chat is going to very quickly turn into an episode of Jerry Springer. And like that, now we've got an andesite kern. Goat. I saw a goat. No, it's not a goat. It's a bighorn. It's like a wild sheep. Where'd it go? It was around here somewhere. I like goat. Goat is a bighorn. It's like a wild sheep. Kind of goaty. They are the greatest of all time, though. I'm just going to pop the kern in here for now. I don't know where I'll pop it. Just fucking here. Why not? So you can pop shit right in there, and you can grind it up by holding the right click on top. So, for instance, let's grab some grain. I got plenty of grain in there. What are we going to grab? We'll grab some spelt grain. You know what? We'll grab it all because, frankly, eating the grain by itself kind of sucks. So we might as well just grind it all into flour. I was about to make the goat joke myself. Well, I beat you to it, didn't I? So we can just pop the spelt in there and grind it up. You can see the stored food perish speed times 63% basically. So things won't spoil very fast in the kern either. You can see that it's slowly being turned into spelt flour. And you can even do it like this and watch it go. And then you can take this flour, mix it up with water, and make dough. And then you can turn that dough, put it in the oven, and bake you some bread. I wish my bread was this fucking easy to make. I would grind the flour myself if it meant that I didn't have to actually knead the dough. Because kneading the dough is the worst part right now. I don't have like a stand mixer or anything like that. I have to knead it all by hand. Mine is actually handmade bread. And it is painful. It is a trial. I'm telling Unnocked, they think you have a nice voice. Why, thank you. I envisioned myself becoming a voice actor one day. Become cat, make biscuits. Basically. Yeah, it is surprisingly difficult, but also surprisingly easy to make bread from scratch. Like, okay, it's surprisingly easy to make bread from scratch. It's surprisingly difficult to make bread by hand. You don't expect to need that much muscle to knead bread as much as you do. Need for need instead of car racing, it's bread making. Yes, that is 100%. I feel like voice acting would be fun. I do too. Problem is that every time I try to get into voice acting, no one wants me for a role. And I don't understand why. Now, to get the water, we need a bucket. For the bucket, we just need 5 of them and 1 of them. See, I told you we need more flax twine. Flax twine. Boom. And 5 of these. I think we can just use any old ones, so let's just use those 2. This one. 2 of these. And twine. Boom. Bucket. And instead of going all the way down there, let's just pop down here, grab some water. Rye dough. Thankfully, it only takes 1 liter of water, and the bucket holds 10. Love to try if I had a better mic for it. I mean, it doesn't take too much in terms of, like, quality. Thankfully, the main thing you'll find with a lot of them, they'll just be like, yeah, you just need to, like, not have a whole lot of background noise. And if you've got that, you're fine. Keep you in mind if any of my indie developer friends have need for VAs. Thank you. That's actually very nice. Like, I've always wanted to do the VA thing, but just no one ever wants me for anything for some reason. Like, every time I apply to a thing, and they're like, no, this other person's better. I've done voice work in the past on a couple of gaming trivia videos on a friend's channel before I rebranded, but that's about it. I have done 2 things. I have done, way back when, there was a buddy that was on the Mindpiece server, and he did a little, like, series, and he needed someone to voice an AI in the series. And I voiced that AI for, like, 1 video. And the other thing I did is there was a Homestuck dub that went for all of about, like, 5 3-minute videos. And I was the narrator in that dub. And that died off pretty damn quick. Okay, let's see here. Barrel. Need for, not barrels, cactus. Regular barrel. Okay, we need boards and sticks. So we're going to get some barrels too. Because we are going to need to start making some leather. The sooner we can start making it, the better everything will be. Barrel takes up an entire spot on its own. It's fine. Homestuck? Yes, Homestuck. I'm a big Homestuck nerd. Bro, I had such a hardcore Homestuck phase in high school. I had a hardcore Homestuck phase right after high school. Like, I was like 19. And I remember clearly because I originally started reading it to piss off Corey. Because I heard that Homestuck and Hetalia were like warring fandoms at the time. And I figured it'd be hilarious to just be like, hey, I'm a Homestuck. But I figured, okay, I need to know a little bit about it first. So I'm not like, you know, associating myself with anything fucking weird. And then I started reading it. And I kept reading it. And pretty soon I was at the end of the Gigapause. And I'm like, where more? I'm like, oh shit, I actually am a Homestuck. Okay. Always been great at voices. Cracked me up for years with his impressions. Thank you. The cursed anime. Yes. You really think it's the cursed anime now? You were such a big fan back in the day. Keep reminding them that my main in Genshin is a Hetalia VA. Which one's that? Joke was on him, I didn't care. Yeah. They didn't care whatsoever. Completely nonplussed. And so it was just like the only thing I did was get myself into a great show. Basically. Yeah, which one's... Oh, Razor. Okay. Todd Habercorn. That name sounds familiar. Who was he in Hetalia? I never watched Hetalia, but I know the main premise of Hetalia. So who was he in Hetalia? I hate remembering the Hetalia phase. You were big into Hetalia at the time. I know I'm basically sitting here with your baby photos at this point. Oh, he's in everything? He's also in Danganronpa? Was he oh, what's his name? Fucking MC, no, not MC number 1. That was Bryce Papenbrook, wasn't it? Who was he in Danganronpa? I actually do know Danganronpa. Genshin, haven't touched that in a good while. Me neither, honestly. I was just interested in, like, is this a character I know? Todd voiced Korikio in V3. Okay, well, I don't know V3, unfortunately. So that's all I hear when Razor talks. Fair enough. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't play V3. I should at some point. But the last time I played a Danganronpa game, Kore broke their ankle. So, kind of cursed. Also in SDR2. Was SDR2 the game? I think it was the game, right? SDR2 was the game? Teru. Okay. Teru I know about. In Hetalia, he was Italy. Oh. Lovely. But yeah, I never played V3. Yeah. Last time I played a Danganronpa game, Corey broke their ankle. That was something. That entire experience. I don't think the two I don't think have any real synonymity. It's not like I fear if I play V3, Corey's gonna break their ankle again. It's just I haven't since that point, and I feel like it's worth mentioning. It's like I haven't had slush fund to go buy V3. And if I have, then I've bought other games like Elden Ring. It's like every time I had the money, there was something more interesting to buy. And if it pops into my head of like, I should get that, then it's like, no, I don't have money. Yeah, it was SDR2. Right after Chapter 3, and we did Chapter 4, the night between the break and surgery. Did we? I'm fuzzy on the details. I remember the event itself, not really anything surrounding it. Yeah, I know you have V3. But it's just something like I only ever think about playing it when someone mentions it. And then other than that, it just sort of eludes my sight. Okay, I had to stop playing Genshin because I could barely navigate. It's kind of hard to navigate in that game generally. The map is way too hard for me to see, so someone always has to come to my world and guide me. I just felt like I wasn't playing the game at that point, since they also had to help with boss fights and point out where loot was and stuff. Didn't see the point after a while. That's fair. Genshin is very much a game of like hide and go seek with the environment. V3 was my first Danganronpa game because my D&D character reminded everyone in the party of a character from it. Which character? I sure hope that no one was reminded of a Danganronpa character from my first D&D character. Because he was just kind of done with everyone's shit. Let's take this in there and start schmelting up some bread. We're slowly, ever so slowly moving into the house. Oma? Is that another V3 character? I don't remember. I don't recall that name. It takes 6. I don't recall Oma. Yeah, I said the character was from V3. Well, shows my reading comprehension. This is why it's difficult to both game and pay attention to things. It's had the same kind of little shit energy as Kokichi Oma. Is Oma... Oma's not the robot, is he? I don't think Oma's the robot. He is? Oh. Well, shit. There we go, then. I know precious few things about V3 because I've seen bits and pieces from it. And I think I know a little spoilery thing, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. No? He's not the robot? Well, then what was the he is about? Kibo's the robot. Yeah, that's right. Kibo's the robot. I don't know which one Oma is then. Is Oma the mobster? No, not the mobster. Oma's the little purple one? Purple one? What? I'm sure you probably mean like clothed in purple, but understand how that sounds. Sorry, the he is was Oma is from V3. Okay. He's Great Boy. Cheers for Great Boy, I guess. Cool. What? Super high school level supreme leader. That just makes him sound like a dictator. Is he a dictator? Is he Kim Jong-un? I have the first 2 games, but I've barely made it into the first one. I've seen Let's Plays of all 3, though. Danganronpa is pretty fucking fun. I've played the first 2. I have not played the third. No, purple hair, checkered scarf. Okay. So, what I'm hearing is Fruity Kim Jong-un. Someone tell me I'm wrong. He has literal Nazi-esque splash art, so yeah. Yeah, basically, then. Neon pop art Hitler. Great. Wonderful. Just what you need out of the Japanese game. It's a Japanese game, too. They're just assembling the Axis powers again. Take the bread out, put more bread in. Woohoo. There was a lot of jokes about that when it was released. I imagine it was low-hanging fruit for me now. Imagine then. Imagine. Recently made a character based on him too. Oh god. Is everyone just like, are the D&D and Danganronpa spheres crossing? Are we crossing the beams? Oh god. You kind of do have to sit here and baby the bread though. But I mean, look at that. 300 saturation compared to 80 from the red currents. If Kim Jong-un only cared about being a moderate menace to the people in his vicinity. So, Kim Jong-un without nukes. Is what I'm hearing. Kim Jong-un without nukes and a little fabulous. It's my fault I showed her the Let's Plays, and fair enough. I dare say that's not a fault thing. That's just like, I show her Let's Plays. I take full responsibility for this. It's like, okay. Pretty much, yeah. I'm surprised I never really made a D&D character based off of, like, a Danganronpa character, because apparently it's a very common thing. It's making me feel like I should base a D&D character off of a Danganronpa character, but I'd have to play some D&D first. Have to find someone to play with. And I'd need to pick a Danganronpa character. You know, most preferably someone who doesn't get killed off. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. No, Noct knew nothing about DR when he made this character, and the rest of us just kind of were like, oh my god, he's Oma. I mean, that's fair, too. Yeah, I don't think I ever unknowingly made a certain character, like, without knowing a certain, like, I'm saying a thing. I promise I am. I don't think I ever unknowingly based a D&D character off of a character from a pre-existing unknown series. My cleric was originally vaguely based on Skyward Sword Zelda. Changed a lot, though. Oh, which character? You got a few of them. I assume the one that you actively play now. And you can even see, like, fresh for 32 days. This shit lasts for a month. Come on. That's good. That's good shit. And it even lasts for a week as just raw dough. Like, that's a good food source in this game. Bread's a good food source. And we've got all those grain seeds, too, to plant. So we can just keep making bread. Do you remember Avi from that one-shot we did a while back with Lost Echo? Not particularly. Not particularly. A realization after the one-shot that I unintentionally made Zamiris Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney. But aquatic. Does that count? You made Miles Edgeworth. When's bread ever a bad thing? It's not. But I didn't even consider that. Zamiris is Miles Edgeworth, huh? I guess I don't know enough about Ace Attorney to really say yay or nay on that. I'm not learned with the Ace Attorney lore. I know that they made like a later Ace Attorney game where like Phoenix is out of the Attorney game. I made Miles Edgeworth but fish. Again, I don't know enough about Miles Edgeworth to say yay or nay on that, but I trust that. Miles Edgeworth but fish. I think we're gonna cook up. We're gonna try and cook up this bread. Gotta go now. It was good seeing you. Yeah, good seeing you. Good luck on stream, Noct. Thanks for stopping by. I'm probably gonna be ending stream here soon anyway. I was actually about to just say, like, we're gonna cook up or try to cook up this bread, and then we're gonna go ahead and end stream. You mind if I send you a pic of her? The Zelda influence was mainly for her design, but she's usually the quiet and anxious one. Oh, fair enough. We could always rate him. Could always rate him. Might just do. Unless the party does something stupid. Yeah, you know. As parties tend to do. Okay, I need to put some more... wood in there to rekindle the fire a bit. And we can make a few bloomeries while we're at it, too. Parties always do? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Parties are wants to do. Every party I've ever been a part of, be it as a member or the one trying to corral them, they always do. I think my group is actively trying to break her down so she'll give in and get wasted. How many dumb things happen in the Godbreakers? Well... Where do you want me to start? Do you want me to start with us single-handedly slaughtering an entire group of necromancers? Or do you want to start with the one that talked down a dragon? Or do you want to start with one of our characters getting an entire group, like an entire town, to believe that he is their god and making them commit sewer slide? Because all of those happened. I'm not huge on them doing that all the time, to be honest, but I don't really fight it that much either. I mean, if you're not comfortable with it, you can always just say something to them. A good D&D group will always, like, listen if you've got that request. There we go. Got some bloomeries going. We'll just put the rest of these down here. And that's going again, so let's put the par-baked stuff back in. Our pet ambush drake stealing an entire town's treasury. That's true. 2 rogues stealing the cloak back and forth. Yeah, that happened too. A lot of this happened. Let's see, what was one of the other crazy things that happened? Our fighter getting high on mushrooms and having a drug trip halfway across the continent only to find the big secret place where we were supposed to go. Jenga Tower. I don't remember Jenga Tower. It's been a while. How about our peaceful druid accidentally decapitating someone with wooden vorpal daggers? That was an interesting one too. Our cleric being teleported to the deep dark, or to the, well, what the fuck they call it, Shadowfell, and facing off against what was basically the final boss, and nearly bodying him solo. Because yes, I did that. Jenga Tower was just my thought seeing you stack the bricks. Yeah, kind of. But yeah, our DM had me like do a one-on-one against him, just like to test skills and like give me some prior knowledge of things. And it was like stacked against me, purposefully stacked against me, as he told me. If I had gotten off one more spell instead of taking a gate to run, because I was nearly dead too, I would have killed him. I would have killed the big bad then and there. By myself. I had a fucking beefcake of a cleric. I accidentally min-maxed my first character, and it shows. But yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. We've made some good progress today. This was a hollow oak frame that wasn't even fully done when we started today. And look at this beautiful thing. Turning down the advances of a literal god and instead going for the cowardly tabaxi bard. Yeah. I don't mind it some of the time, but it gets to be a bit much at times. I did say that I wanted her to be challenged on that kind of thing occasionally. Yeah, fair. Like it's a way to encourage her to get out of her comfort zone kind of thing. I was hoping it could be like a potential party bonding thing or something. I never did do anything with that cat. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, look at this. Look at this house that has been built in this stream. We got the house. We've got barrels that are ready to receive the different things that will make up our leather. We've got bloomeries ready for melting glass down. We got a kern. Store food perish speed now 1.01. Okay, that's weird. We got a clay oven. We got some bread going. We got a lot of things done this stream. So let's go up here. And just like take a look out over everything. Like we done good today. Alright, but this is where we're gonna call it. So thank you everyone so much for watching. If you enjoy the streams this much, then hey, maybe you might like the previous stuff that we've done. All the VODs are down below. The panel will lead you to the YouTube. The YouTube will lead you to the VODs. The VODs will lead you to happiness. And the happiness will bring you where? Back to me. I don't know why I said any of that, but I did, and it's staying. And if you are on the YouTube checking out the VODs, hey, down below in the, not the comments, but the thing above it, the description, that's the one. It's going to lead you here, right now. At this point in time, if you see yourself in the chat now, you've made it. Corey made it. But no, it's going to lead you to the Twitch where you can see all the stuff live. And just in 4K. Not 4K. I stream in 1080p. I'm a broke bitch. Sue me. If you enjoy the stream, feel free to come by, follow, give a watch, tell your friends. We like friends here. We dig it. We're all down here to chill. If you really like it, I've got a tip jar that's down below in the cards as well. You can float a couple bucks my way. It only goes as low as $1, I'm sorry to say. You can't give that donation of 69 cents, no matter how nice it may be. Tomorrow we are going to be doing some Junicraft SMP, so hopefully that will be nice. Minnie, if you're around for it, we might even do, I don't know, we might do some work on the Pit of Despair. Who's to say? We'll find out when the day comes. We are, in fact, going to raid Mr. Noct. If I can figure out how to do that. Give me a second. Noctis Actoris. So let me pick that. Alright, so I've got that all queued up and ready. So thank you everyone so much for watching, and I will see each and every one of you in the next one. Give 'em hell, lads.
That, thank you.